Alright. Sorry for the delay, everyone. Had a few things to take care of, went for a morning jog, and frankly, I needed a shower. So, got everything good to go. Let's go ahead and continue on and with this Pandarian monk here I've been playing around with. So how's everybody doing today? So as you can see, I still haven't bought my Yeti yet. I will buy one eventually. Get around to it anyway. Feels weird wearing headphones and streaming. I just feel like some type of fighter pilot. How to get my fire helmet. Streaming that. Man, we had an interesting call last night. We got toned out. Train versus a pickup truck. So we get there, and sure enough, I don't know what this guy was thinking. He pulled right out in front of a train. Now I've been to more than a handful of these wrecks, these trains. And most of the time, it doesn't end well. The best I've seen is severe injuries. But this guy, he didn't even have a scratch on him. I mean, somebody's definitely looking out for him. He had a possible broken arm for sure, but as far as obvious injuries, he didn't even have a scratch on him. So really impressive. It's seemed to be doing real well. What am I doing here? Feed homeless. Null attack orders. Attacking River Paul Nose. Hey Deacon, what's up, my brother? How are you doing, sir?
I need to target something first.
Let me turn down these combat sound just a little bit. Let me know if that's too low. I was just telling everybody sorry I was a little late. Had a few things to take care of. Come here. Oops. Still got my Nostromo keyed for World of Tanks. I'm hitting keys that don't do anything. That is never a good thing. So anyway, yesterday proved to be an interesting day, all in all around. Yesterday afternoon, the wife calls me. She got home and her dog was outside. So it's we got a 6 to 8 foot. Actually, it's about an 8-foot privacy fence, and she hadn't tried to dig out in years, so it's really weird. My wife walked around the corner and saw that the gate was open. Ah, shoot. Wrong key. Ha! And when she walked out back, apparently somebody had tried to scale out of my fence at a different part. And I don't know if the fence is just old. Yeah, I mean, it did survive Katrina. So it may just be old and rotted. But what it looks like is somebody actually got into my backyard for whatever reason and ran into my dog. Now, my dog, she's a little bit temperamental in the head. She's part German Shepherd and part Black Lab, so Not only is she got a little aggressive side to her, she also is a little schizo in the head. Price of war left thousands, make matters worse. Should be able to choose from one of these, always nice. No attack orders. Feed the homeless, no attack orders. Alright, so I guess this is just going to drop off as something random. So, like I said, interesting day all in all. And where are the homeless? Maybe they all found a home. Possible. There's the homeless. Oh wow. You just place it down and everybody eats. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there you go. Full belly. Take a nap. I understand completely. Hey, Lunar, long time no see, brother. What you doing, man? You been okay? Well, that homeless has a buggy. Huh. I want a buggy. Hey, Alihana, how are you doing? You doing well today? Can y'all hear me okay? Inquiring minds want to know. Ah, good, you can. Keep on forgetting there's like a 30 or 45 second delay on this thing. I want a motorcycle. Oh, want some of me, do you? Flay, I try to stream 1 or 2 times out of every 3 days. It's varying times. We actually schedule streamers now at different times. So really it's like I'll be streaming about an hour and a half today, and then I think it's open unless Deacon plans on doing some streaming, which you never know about the Deacon. He may very well stream. But yeah, a couple times a day. Or not a day, but a couple times out of every 2 or 3 days. I enjoy it. I don't know if I'm actually any good at it or not, but as long as I enjoy it, that's all that really matters. At least to me. Tanks today. What time you looking at streaming, brother? Nice to meet you too, Flay. Hope you stop in often. What's wrong with your dog, Ollie? 1 p.m. So Deacon will be streaming 1 p.m. World of Tanks. Let me tell you something, guys. If y'all have any interest, level 15, woohoo! If y'all have any interest in World of Tanks or ever been curious about that game, I'm going to tell you right now that Deacon breaks it down really, really good. I like playing a tank destroyer when I play the game. It's really been the only tank I've actually had any success with. And Deacon actually on one of his previous streams broke it down to what you need to do and how you need to do it, and it really just kind of like the light bulb went off and ray of light shined down from the sky and made it, well, I'm not going to say it made it simple, but I had a really successful game the last time. So, thank you again, Deacon. Keeps dislocating things. Found out. Ooh. I'm sorry, Ollie. Ollie, that's always rough. I hate to hear it. You know, animals are definitely family. Alrighty. So, that was a new shirt, so to speak. Go away. This. I want my new shirt. Aha! Hey, Chilled, how you doing, brother? You doing okay today?
Can I help you?
Ah, nice. Get myself some leggings here in a little bit. 7-year-old beagle. I like beagles. What we got over here? Ooh, I still had one more homeless to feed. How dare I forget to feed more people? Yeah, 7 years. Surprised that one didn't follow me. Alright, come here, homeless. Woohoo! The homeless have been fed. Talents. Talents. Reduces cooldown of roll and chi torpedo. Increases movement speed. Let's go with let's go with that. That sounds good. Alright, Ollie, good to see you. Oh, middle one? Now you tell me. No, too late now. Maybe I can. Want to learn you need to remove. Are you sure you want to do that? Vanishing powder. Alright, well I can pick up the vanishing powder later, but thanks, Chilled. I'll fix that when I figure out where you get vanishing powder. Can't pass up alchemy or herb gathering. Kind of like having the extra roll, to be honest. So yeah, we had quite a busy day. We ran like 5 calls yesterday and did some nuances around the station. It really turned out to be a really busy day. Which is good, because busy days mean quick days. I mean, not good for the public, but, you know, good for us.
King's honor, friend.
C7 has been tracking Helix. Goodness, energy, town. Sign dimension. Now, southwest of here. Okay. Let's see. Whoops. Let's go down to this here, this here, this here. Let's go down here. Looks like a good place to go. Ah, no sound at work. I'm actually quite pleased with WoW. It's been a long time. Have to get me a mount round about here soon. However you do that. Come on, you gotta admit, the roll's cool. You know, come to think of it, I actually need a guild invite. I'll have to go bug the WoW people about that here in a little bit. Come on with yourself.
I do not have a target.
It's such a cool move. Reminds me of a Kung Fu Panda move or something. That's right. Obviously, I can't dodge that. Come back here. I really need throwing stars or something. That would make life so much easier. Alright, Chilled. Have a good one, brother.
User left your channel.
Well, hit him! Oh, yeah.
I cannot attack them.
Been so long since I played a game where the mobs actually run from you. Really not used to that. Bring it! I remember in EverQuest 1 when you started out leveling the mobs, man, those things would run from you, and they were hard to catch too. They just take off. One of the places we go to is the Imperial Palace Casino. And we respawn there a lot. It's basically almost in our backyard as far as where the station is. And they've got this escalator. And it goes up one side and down the other. It goes up one side and down the other, but in the middle it's got a staircase. And I don't quite get it. It never fails that, and it's usually, unfortunately, it's usually an elderly person. They don't take the escalator. They try to walk down these stairs, and they inevitably trip, and they fall. And when they do, they get hurt pretty bad, unfortunately. And it's, oops, face the right way. And it's not a design flaw. We actually took the time to look at the stairs yesterday and see if maybe there was some type of something people were tripping on. I mean, it's happening that often. And it's not a design flaw. It's just these people are going down the stairs and they're falling. No, I'm a firefighter. Been a firefighter. Actually got in the fire service as a volunteer back in 1989. And then made a career out of it. I just got my 20th year on the current fire department I'm at. November 30th was 20 years. God, I wouldn't want a police officer's job. I got the utmost respect for police officers. They got a very thankless job, and most time nobody's really happy to see them when they show up. At least people are happy to see me most of the time. Bring it! That is so awesome. No healing. Yeah, it's it's very rewarding work. It's something that I feel when we go on a fire call or something, I'm actually making a direct difference in somebody's life. Usually for the better, I'd like to think. For the Horde! Hey Hayton, how you doing, man? Or Hellion, sorry. But yeah, one thing about the fire service for sure is that it's never the same. It's different every day. I got lucky out of high school, and one of my mother's friends actually was the personnel person for the post office. And so I got what they called a casual job there, which was a low-level entry job into the postal service. Now keep in mind, I was actually volunteering at the same time as a firefighter, and that's where my heart always was. But let's see what we got here. Go back there, go over here. We're gonna go over here. And so anyway, I did the work at the post office. I did the loading dock, and I even did some do I have swag? No, there's no swag on the channel today. It's we are working on a few things, so look for there to be swag on the channel in the very near future. We're working out some deals with some people. It save my kitten from the tree. Believe it or not, I've actually gone up a tree and saved a cat before. But I will tell you this. As far as cats in the tree, most of them don't need saving, because I guarantee you haven't driven down the road and seen too many cat skeletons in trees. They can get down, they get hungry. If you have a cat and it gets up a tree, just put some food at the bottom of it and leave it alone. I promise you it will get down eventually. But yeah, we've gone up a few regardless and gotten some. One time when I used to volunteer, we had a cat up in the tree, and its leg was actually caught in a V of a branch. So that one actually needed to be saved, but that was the only one. Well, maybe two. I found this one as a kitten next door. She was caught in a tree. Not happy about me waking her up. So 2 cats. That's a cool looking gun.
What can I do for you?
No, not burned out, Hellion. I have logged in here and there, but it's really just had to devote more time to the organization again. It's one of those things where, everything piled up over the last 9 months since Alpha Arcade, or Arcade 6 or 9 months since Arcade started, so I had to get back to helping Grievance as a whole again.
I am out of range.
There's still a great guild over there with great people, and they seem to be having fun. Which reminds me, at some point today I gotta log on and pay my property tax. So I'll do that here in a little bit. There isn't a griffin flight over there, is there? Let me just see. But no, Arcade was a fun game. I look forward to seeing where it goes in the future. Or actually, I guess you can look at the what they have in Korea right now and see that looks like they're coming out with here soon two-tier galleons, which will have, that is definitely not a flight path, which will have like 2 tiers of cannons, top and bottom on each side, and that should be pretty interesting. Eventually, they're going to come out with the 2 races. The, what was it, Warborn or something like that. I mean, that might be from another genre, but and fairies. So they're going to come out with 2, and dwarves. And I forget what the other one was. So I think it's actually 1, 2, 4 more races. So they're going to implement those slowly over time. You know, Hellion, I haven't played since Burning Crusade. I got in shortly after Burning Crusade launched. A friend got me into it. I enjoyed the game, but our EverQuest 2 guild was having a lot of issues, and they asked me to come back and lead that one so we'd get some things straightened out. So I quit playing and then played EverQuest 2 for another 2 or 3 years. But it's I started right after Burning Crusade came out and quit before it was over. But I am really enjoying the game. So if you haven't played since Burning Crusade, you're probably really going to enjoy this game. This is actually, I'm having fun. And all I'm doing is just running mindless quests right now. When I get high enough, I'll look up the dungeon finder or get up with some guildies if we have guildies that are this low. That's the only thing I worry about with Arcade. And I know all you PvPers out there don't want to hear this, but PvP and endgame does not make. You can't base an endgame solidly on PvP. As far as I know, there hasn't really been a successful PvP endgame MMO since Eve, to best of my recollection. Now I may be missing something. But you're right, Hellion. It's just without the PvE rating and endgame and goals, the MMO, it just, they have a lot of trouble with them. They and it's been proven time and time again. And PvPers, they're really ravenous and dedicated to doing what they do in a game. PvPers, that is. But they, as a general rule, the next great PvP game that comes out, they a lot of them hop ship and go to. Where PvEers tend to stick with a game a little bit longer with the PvE content. It's a weird balancing act, and I don't think they've gotten it just right in an MMO yet. I think Arcade was the closest I've seen, because it had a strong PvE element, strong PvP element, but it didn't have the PvE endgame in it. So I think you're going to see the numbers. Well, they're already seeing the numbers, but I think you're going to see the numbers start to really fall off in that game, big time. It's except for the PvPers, and I guarantee you the PvPers are all going to end up going to Skyforge or Black Desert when one of those come out, because that's going to be the next great PvP game. That's just how things go. Wasn't I supposed to do something to get a yardstick? Yeah, I was. Okay, Red Ridge. Let's run down here to whatever this is real quick, then we'll go over to Red Ridge. I wonder if there's a... I don't think there's a griffin thing, is there? Yeah, there is. Yeah, Black Desert, Rent Black Desert looks really good. It's, I'm not in beta or anything with it. I wish I was, and if I was, I couldn't tell you. But I can tell you I'm not. But it looks good. I'm curious to see how the PvE endgame is on it, because like I just said, I still feel that... No, I don't have a thing there. I still feel that it's going to have one to be successful, but it does look really good. Really good. Now, Skyforge is one that just popped up on the radar, at least for me, about a month ago. So I've been looking at that, and that one actually looks like it may do pretty well too. It's coming out at the right time, you know, where we're not really in a lull in gaming, but we don't have as many titles coming out in the next year or two as we have had the previous couple of years. So it's there's definitely some what's the word I'm looking for? It's definitely going to pick up some people. People will go to it. Yep, that's what I'm hearing too. Yeah, this is an Alliance character, Hellion. Pandas can be either Horde or Alliance. You reach a point in your storyline and you can choose whether you want to be allied with the Horde or allied with the Alliance. I chose Alliance. Sorry, Hordes. Nothing personal. But yeah, Hellion, both of our Alliance and Horde guild have great leadership. You got Cataclysm as the guild leader over on the Alliance side. He has proved to be an excellent guild leader. You've got Shadowborn over on the Horde side, and he's proven to be an excellent guild leader as well. And both guilds have an amazing officer corps. So you can't go wrong with either of them. Yeah, me too, Rent. I got my eye on it. I got my own repopulation as well. I'm curious to see what it does. It looks like it may have a little promise. Once again, we'll see. Repopulation looks good. I think the big 4 titles we're looking at in the next couple years, unless something else pops up I'm unaware of or just not thinking of right now, is we have Black Desert coming out, Repopulation coming out, Skyforge coming out. 5 titles, I guess, in the next 2 years, because there's EverQuest next, and then there's Star Citizen. So in the next couple of years, it looks like there's 5 decent titles coming out. According to the text I just got from my wife, I might be going to Virginia this Christmas after all. We'll see. Well, you know, Hellion, that's what I did. I bumped one of a new tune to 90, created a tank on the server, bumped it to 90 because I tanked last time. And then after getting through the first level, I realized I didn't know where anything in the game was anymore. I didn't know what everything did, and I didn't even remember the terminology of WoW too much. So I just created a new character and said, you know what? I'm just going to level this thing. And it's been fun. It's, you know, like the title of the stream says, Rediscovering. I've actually been going through and just kind of rediscovering what I enjoyed about WoW. And I'm liking it. It's a good game. I know a lot of people give it a bad rap because children this or what have you, but it's actually a really good game. Yeah, I wish we could get some more news about Next as well. It's I don't know. I almost think I almost hope that they're going back to the drawing board on what they initially planned to do with Next. You know, one of the things that they said is they had this game all planned out, and then they scrapped it. And basically what it sounds like they scrapped was what we would call EQ3. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I personally was looking for EQ3. Better graphics, more updated responses. You know, to me, that's what I was... Can't use bow. Oh, really? Stupid bags. Stupid murlocs. But yeah, it sounds like the... Is that a name? Come here! Ah, crap. Ha! AE's for the win. Shoot.
I cannot carry anymore.
I've got to do something about my inventory. Need that. Go away. Yep, they're coming in. Shoot. I got nothing there. Crap! Alright, let's go find some place to sell. But yeah, it sounds like the game they scrapped was what most of the old EQ players were looking for. So far, they've said there's not going to be a Trinity. It's going to be very Twitch based. Think a lot like World of not World of Warcraft. Think a lot like WildStar. There's going to be, last we heard, there's going to be no rating. And what was the other thing? Obviously, no Trinity, no rating, and there was something else I can't think of off the top of my head. But it doesn't sound good. It really doesn't. It sounds well, it sounds a lot like Guild Wars 2, to be honest. I don't know what y'all thought of that game. I didn't think it was a horrible game, but it does sound a lot like Guild Wars 2. And when they said they scrapped the version that they had in their head, or the version they were going to put out, was right around when Guild Wars 2 came out. So I kind of think that's probably what we're looking at for an EverQuest Next style game. I hope they change it up a little bit. EverQuest was famous for its rating, was one of the games that kind of brought the Trinity into fruition as far as tank, healer, and crowd control. I know a lot of people say it's tank, healer, and DPS now, but back 10 years ago, DPS was always assumed because everybody did DPS in one form or another. Yet the original Holy Trinity was actually tank, healer, and crowd control. So, sorry for you, those of you that may have heard otherwise. And 16. Well, that's exactly what they said, that there's going to be no rating, Hellion. It's, it was on one of their videos, And the whole thing of, you know, they're talking about people getting to be in multiple guilds, and it's like everything that made EverQuest sacred to a lot of people. And I know you got people's like, wah, 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 tired of hearing about EverQuest, you know, but for a lot of us, that was our first MMO, just like WoW was a lot of y'all's first MMOs. So it holds a special place in our heart. And you're right. It's like they totally ignored the fan base on what made the franchise such a great franchise. And we haven't heard anything about the game in a while now, so curious to see if they're going to change anything on all that. Yeah, nobody's done crowd control like EverQuest 1 did. Even EverQuest 2 had all their encounters were linked, so if you had 3 mobs standing next to each other, you couldn't separate them. In EverQuest 1, for those of you who don't know, when you had 3 mobs standing next to each other, you could send a monk in or a necromancer in and actually separate one from the crowd, and it made for some really, really neat tactics. Really great tactics, actually. It's one of the things that kind of made the game stand out. But I remember getting into EverQuest for the first time. It was, you know, I'm an old pencil and paper Dungeons and Dragons player, so when I got into the EverQuest for the first time, it to me it was like Dungeons and Dragons come alive. I was like, whoa, totally blown away. So what was y'all's first MMOs?
This is too far away.
I'm always curious to know. Huh, somebody. Uh-oh.
Out of range.
Do you know, a lot of things are done differently nowadays as far as MMOs. It's tanks are more damage based than aggro based, and I know damage equals aggro, but it used to be you could build up enough hate that you could actually tailor your tank to be in just defense, which was always nice. Now as far as tanking goes, you need a good bounce of DPS and whoops, wrong button again. Good bounce of DPS and mitigation. UO, you know, I never got into UO, and I feel like I missed something there. I got a lot of friends that started playing UO back in the day, and I never got into it, and I do feel like I might have missed something at the time. I need an oracle, apparently. There's fishbone. There's one. Star Wars Galaxies. Ah, man, we rocked that game. Star Wars Galaxies was fun. What server were you on, Flay? We were on Radiant. Hey, an achievement. Sunrunner. There you go. Yeah, we were on Radiant. We actually built a city called Sin City, and it ended up being 2 Class 5 cities side by side. So we had 2 shuttle ports, and we had multiple player associations that wanted to be part of the city. So it was like 2 Class 5 cities side by side. We had Sin City North, and about 5 player associations in the city itself. So it was a huge city. Oh my lord. It was fun. We had a really, really good time in that game. Did I miss another harvest? Aha! Now, didn't they merge Radiant and Sunrunner in the last days of Star Wars? It seems I remember they did some merges. Ah, yeah, it was great, Flame. We went in there with a lot of people. Nothing like we go into games nowadays with, but at the time we went in there with about 32 people, if I remember correctly, to start with. I mean, it's far cry from what we start games with nowadays. Nowadays we go into new games with hundreds of freaking people. But it's back then it was 30. Yeah, I did too. I actually quit right before the space expansion. But yeah, we went in with 32 people and just built an amazing community in that game. Really amazing community in that game.
User joined your channel.
It was good times. I remember, I played the most hated class in the game. No, that wasn't a Jedi. It was a bounty hunter. And I thought there was a flight out of here somewhere. But I played a bounty hunter, and if you remember the bounty hunters, we didn't bounty hunt so well. Not like we should have been able to. There were so many things wrong with that game, but there were so many things right with the game. It was truly a 100% player economy, which really, if you think about it, the only other game that's had that I remember, once again, that's had a 100% player economy is Eve. Eve has one, but Star Wars Galaxies had a 100% player economy. People could literally, I mean, they had dancers and musicians as professions. You remember that? It had a lot of good social aspects to it. Where am I supposed to be going here? Ooze. Everybody needs a little ooze. Oh, wow. Yeah, one of our founders, Trass, had an AFK buff bot macro. So he would keep it going, and people would come by and get buffs all the time from him, and they'd pay for them. He had the macro rigged, so when somebody gave the character, I can't remember how much he used to charge for the things, but when somebody gave his buff bot the correct amount of money, it automatically buffed. And they allowed this in game. Their philosophy at the time, if you remember correctly, there's a bag down here I probably need for something. if you remember, the philosophy was they weren't going to prevent macros because they just assumed everybody was going to use them. So all of it was legal. Where am I going here? Oh, I got to go all the way back down there? Crap. Okay. And then they'll probably send me back here for the freaking bags. Yep, single character servers. I actually thought that. I was one of the few people that thought that was a really innovative idea. But yeah, I remember the single character servers as well. One character. It was the first game and last game I ever had 2 accounts on.
I do not have a target.
I recall, I think there's somebody to sell to around this barn somewhere. Unless you had a Jedi, that is correct. I never had a Jedi. I didn't play the game to be a Jedi. Had no desire to be a Jedi. I'm gonna go over here and get this flight path. Did you have a Jedi, Flay? Ah. Awesome. Yeah, everybody told me I should have gone ahead and rolled one up myself since I had already gotten the bounty hunter out of the way. Yeah, I need some bags. Better bags than these. I ain't worried about food right now. Don't need a bow. I don't need spirit. That, get rid of that. And care less about the basher. Saving all my crafting regents, never knowing you may need them. Get rid of that. That. That might actually be good. I'll have to look at that in a minute. What is that? Grayson's torch held in offhand. I wonder, can I use dual wield right now? Let's see. Curious now. Hey, I can dual wield. Nice. How's my belt? 2 stamina. Nope, I can get rid of the belt too. Alright, I think we're good. Somewhere along the line I know I have to find a bank. I actually came here for the flight path though, so that's what I need to do first. Alright, guess Guess I got that one at some point. Now, Flay, did you say you're playing WoW right now? Well, what do y'all think of the new character graphics, by the way? The new race graphics that they've been showing. There you go. Thought I recognized the name. Awesome. You should stream with us sometimes. Nah, Lace, I can't do that. I don't like asking nobody for nothing. I get them, just like everybody else did. I promise you, I will get them. Yeah, I actually like the new models for them. They look really good. You know, it's funny. EverQuest Next kind of made a move toward, well, I guess you'd call them WoW style graphics, almost cartoony graphics, and then WoW, which was famous for its cartoony graphics, are kind of taking a small, not a huge step, but a small step toward more realistic graphics. I find it very ironic. Anything else down here while I'm here? Oh, anything else anywhere? Duskwood, Arwen Forest, Strangeville. Stranglevale. That's Stranglevale. Cape Stranglehorn. Duskwood. Thought I had something over in Red Ridge or something like that. Secrets of the Tower. Where do you suppose that is? Is that it? Huh? Yep. That's where we're going next. We are going to the tower. Apparently there's some secrets there. And you see, at least this is why I started a new character, because I have zero idea where anything is anymore. Yay, more herbs. More herbs over here. No quick flight paths, we hoofing it. But that's okay. After all the running we did back in the EverQuest days, this is nothing. Hell, they didn't even put mounts in the game till Lukeland. You ran everywhere, unless you had your pocket druid or wizard. Yeah, Flay, there's a post in the, if you go to the forums, it's the media marketing forum, and you go to COG community discussion forum in there, and there's a post for people who are interested in streaming, and we've got a really great initiative program going on right now, to where there's gonna be really cool rewards for streamers as they rack up hours, and you know, we've done some figuring, and myself and Liette's agreed to put in between us $40 a month, and I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but to reward people 5 cents an hour for streaming. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but you know, as our YouTube views increase for the videos that are created, and we eventually get Twitch sponsorship, that's going to increase, and you could literally see in a year and a half maybe being rewarded in Grievance $1 per hour for streaming, which may not be much, you know, compared to whatever, but might pay for a monthly subscription to WoW. You never know. Regardless, it's just fun. I enjoy streaming. Come on. I got you, Hunkleberry. I hope that linen can be used for something good. Uh-huh. I do like my little panda, though. Come on, I got you. Maybe. He's a little tougher than I thought. All that food I just sold off might not have been such a good idea. Dabblish, use XSplit. I'm a big XSplit person. It's I asked Dash Shiva, you know, he's our lead producer, and asked him what he thought the best one was to stream with, and he said it was XSplit. So, hey, I got a heal. I forgot about that. So he said use that because you can do a lot more things with it. Okay, I don't need to be trying to take on 2 of these. And I'm going to take on 2 of these. Yeah, Yes, I am well aware of that. What broadcaster are you using, Dablis? Always buy yourself some time. Ah, crap. God, I ain't healed in forever. Killing too slow.
Not enough energy.
I ain't gonna
I
make
do
it.
not have enough energy. Not enough energy.
Oh yeah, last minute heal.
I do not have enough energy.
Alrighty. Good Lord of the Rings feel here. It's kind of neat spiral ramps going up different directions. Am I supposed to fight this thing? It's a level 18. Ah, there we go. We will free the Admiral during the dawning. Judgment Day is soon upon us, Helix. Call for the people. I wish to speak to them one last time before the dawning. Nothing like a good dawning. This is where they probably say they see me. Ready for turn in. Let's get out of here. He is way stronger than I am. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with a Dabbler's, and actually it's really not that expensive. It really isn't. You can catch it on, you don't have to get the premium. You can catch it on sale for about $30-$40 a year. Just keep an eye out. XSplit's a really good system. Now, that's not to knock OBS. OBS has some good stuff to it as well, so. And from what I heard, they just did a major update on it or something, so. Uh-oh. Oh, no, I don't want to fight you. Let's see. Gloves, agility and stamina. Pass. We are going to go with the glove. Oh, that's only the next step. I hate that. But yeah, XSplit's what I use, what Dash Shiva uses. Marissa uses XSplit. Now, OBS, a lot of people use OBS as well. Naomi used OBS, did a lot with it. I just like XSplit the way I have different scenes I can click on. For instance, let me get to a safer spot over here, and I'll show you how quick I can do things here. And you may be able to do this with OBS also, but not the version I have anyway. But for instance, now if I want to switch to and grab myself a quick drink of water or something, then I can give y'all some elevator music. Just simple as pulling up my screen and hitting a button like this. And then I just switch back, and I can do that with pictures, although I don't have any loaded right now. So you can actually bring pictures up that quick, and everything else. So XSplit makes it really easy. They got this little thing on the bottom right, has 12 different tabs you can click on to get different scenes and things going. You can even and I haven't done this either, but you can even put a stream within a stream. I can be streaming on what you're seeing right now, but then I can pull up a second stream in a little rectangle on the bottom of my thing down here. So let's say I'm streaming WoW right now, but I've got a buddy of mine that's streaming a raid in WoW. So I could take his stream by screen capturing his stream and putting it in the corner over here, so you could actually see me playing the game, but in the bottom right side of the screen you would see the raid going on. So there are so many things you can do with XSplit. And I am by no means a master. Dash, on the other hand, Dash is a master. I am not. Need some gloves. Report to Captain Alpert in Moonbrook, Westfall. I'm gonna have to rekey some of this stuff. It's hard not having I or B as my inventory. I just got some gloves somewhere. No gloves. Booyah! Can we take a griffin there? I think we'd take a griffin in Westfall. Let's see. Yes! Ha-ha! See, I don't have a mount yet. So, for those WoW players out there, what level can I go to my first dungeon at? What's the first dungeon I'll encounter? What level? 20? Level 20? I think the homeless are planning something, but they're homeless, Captain Alpert. Enter Moonbrook and look for evidence, propaganda, and leaflets. Nothing worse than propaganda. What am I supposed to do? Kill the homeless? Hello. I really don't want to have to kill homeless. I mean, I will. Aha! Propaganda. It is propaganda. Oh, sure. I spot the propaganda and you go and try to loot it. Not very nice. $15? Awesome. Next streaming I do, we'll just jump right into the dungeon then. And I can do that through a dungeon finder or something, huh? Or with the guild if they have any 15s and 16s. Hopefully, welcome back, Alejandra. Hopefully nobody will decide I suck and kick me out of the group. That would be very humbling and humiliating for sure. Hello! You're a lot easier to kill than the last guys I fought. A red bandana with a quest. Damn, these bags fill up fast. I will accept your quest. Challenge accepted. I vaguely remember doing this long ago. Seems familiar. And a red bandana. Come here. We like red bandanas. Oh, this is pretty cool. I don't think this is where all my propaganda and stuff's gonna come from. Perhaps I should wait until I get all that propaganda and stuff, because I bet you the next quest will lead me down here. No sense going twice. Oh, that's actually the dungeon. Well, I'll do that next stream. That'll be a really good stream to start out with next time. Which will probably be later today after Deacon does his World of Tanks, to be honest with you. Now, I still need an issue of the Moonbrook Times. And a secret journal. And a thug.
Not enough energy.
Come on. Bring it.
I do not have a target.
Oop, I saw something light up. No, I did. Maybe it was my imagination. Possibly. They were here first. Head on and see your stream, bud. So possibly something else in here? Yes, no, maybe? No. Ah, it's right here on the ground. Alright, let's go find some bandanas. No, they're around here somewhere. If I recall, when I ran up here the first time, there were several of these guys just bouncing around outside over here. And yep, there's one. Two more. Excuse me. Sorry to sneeze. Come on, gotta be some bandits. Looking for bandits. Here, bandit, bandit, bandit. Two more. Nope, nope, nope. Nah, man. I don't get into self-injury on purpose. I don't think that's funny at all. Some people may think it's funny and laugh at you for doing it, but
I do not have enough
I mean,
energy.
why would you want to do that to begin with? But more power to you. That's what you want to do. You won't see me doing it. Probably why I won't ever have hundreds and hundreds of views. It's just not my thing, man. Continue. Bracers. Get a little extra crit. I'll go for the critical strike. I could use it. There we go. Better than what I had. There it appears. The rally is about to begin. Oh, look at all the hobos. Made of gold and shrugs at our plight. Meanwhile, our children die of starvation on these very streets. His war, not ours, cost us our livelihood. We paid for the Alliance's victories, for our blood and the blood of our loved ones. The time has come. Government of Stormwind and the Alliance must be made accountable for what it has done to us. Today we are reborn. Take a stand as men and women, not nameless faces, and they cheer. I should really go get that bruise wheat. It's around here somewhere. Aha! Do you have sinus in America? What is that?
Well,
Never heard of it. SNUS. I can Google it later.
safe journey.
Okay, so y'all said that Dead Mines is the first dungeon. Alright, so I will wait for help on that one. In the meantime, I'll sell. I wonder if that does more damage than a torch. Torch had stats. Never mind. Oh, dip. We call that dip. Yeah, we, especially here in the South, got plenty of that. Copenhagen, Skull. I used to dip a long time ago. I stopped dipping. You just, yeah, did it when I first got in fire service. Never really appealed to me after that. But yeah, we got that. And actually, Camel, a cigarette company, makes something called, now that's where I've seen that before, makes something called SNUS or whatever you call it. They actually call it that instead of dip or chew or snuff or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Nope, been years. Have not dipped in years. Probably won't either. It's just not my thing. Smoke the occasional cigarette every now and then, but for the most part, I vape. Pretty much quit smoking. I do have one every now and then. To be honest with you, I do. But pretty much, I've totally quit smoking. Whoops. Sorry about the bump on the screen right there. So, yeah. All right, everybody. It is about time for me to wrap up. I do not think we have a cast or stream scheduled for between 12 and 1. But we do, however, have, I think Deacon's going to do World of Tanks at 1 o'clock. So y'all stay tuned for that. 1 o'clock Central Time, hour and 15 minutes from now, Deacon should be rolling through World of Tanks. If that's your thing, go through it, check it out. And hey guys, gals, thank you for watching. It's really been great conversation. I've really enjoyed myself. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Maybe later this afternoon or Saturday, one of the two, we'll start off right off the bat and go through Dead Mines, do a group finder, whatever you got to do to go through it. And catch you later. Stay safe. You know, it's nice meeting all y'all and talking to people I already know too.